Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend and the sun is shining. We storm on Saturday night. We had some substantial rain and some thunder and lightning and a little bit of rain, but nothing compared to some of the stories I'm seeing on the news. I don't really watch the mainstream media news, but I see news articles about things that are going on in the world, and Kentucky looks really devastating. So it just seems unreal because you're not there, and my heart goes out to the people that are in that area that affected by the tornadoes. And we don't usually get tornadoes where I live, but several years ago we did have a tornado that went up north. It started, did quite a little path and did damage quite a bit of trees and everything, and it was pretty scary, but it wasn't like flattening an entire community. So we do have some bad weather, but for the most part, it's not as extreme as out west and in the Midwest and areas like that. I think because of the mountains and stuff like that. So it's pretty nice weather here in New Hampshire, and we're on our way to school. And my name is Cindy. Thank you for coming to the channel. And I just wanted to talk about it's the end of school. This is our last full week of regular school. So I teach math, and of course we're winding things up, making sure we touch on the last few things, do some review. Then next week we have final exam, and that's it for us. Now in our state, the public schools are going for a few more weeks, but we have met all of our requirements, and we're ending early. I don't know how that all works out, but we have a certain number of required days, and we fit those all in, and we're almost done for the year. So then we move on to the summer activities, and for this summer, I'm hoping to find a couple of tutoring students, as well as I opened up slots for this company that I was working for several years ago, probably quit in 2021, and VIP Kid, which is now VIP Teacher. And for anyone who might be watching that was a VIP teacher friend of mine, hello. And I kept my contract continuing, and so I did not get out of the company completely, but you only get booked if you open slots. So I opened a few times over the weekend, and I got 5 bookings, I believe it was. I had 2 on Saturday and 4 on Sunday, so I think that was 6. I can't remember if one might have canceled or something along the way, but I had some short notice bookings. That was really cool. And usually Sunday nights is when the major booking frenzy, they call it, happens on Sunday night, our time, midnight, but it's noontime their time. And so I opened some slots, and I only got like 2 bookings. So, but I'm going to keep them open for short notice and see what happens, because I got short notice last time. And I even had one student, the parent gave me a 5-star review, which is all the teachers want. The 5, well, they call it apples, 5 apples. And so that means that I did a really great job. The parent left an awesome comment, so that it helps out. And then that parent booked me for the next few weeks as well. And so for this company, you teach 25-minute sessions, and I think they're going to pay me like $9. And then you do a trial session, which I believe is like $5. So it's not a lot of money But if you can get a lot of bookings, if you do $9 per half hour, that's $18 an hour. And then after you teach so many lessons for the month, they give you a bonus. So I was thinking if I can get more bookings, maybe during the summer, I can use that as a part-time job. Because you can do that anywhere. Like if you go traveling, as long as you have internet, you can teach while you're visiting a friend or whatever. You know, obviously I wouldn't be able to do it if I'm actually en route, like on an airplane or something. But you should know ahead of time in order to open or close slots for those times. So I was thinking, you know, it might be the best thing for a job because you can get up early morning, like 5 a.m. You could teach a few classes, and then you have the rest of the day to play with your friends or do your garden or clean the house or whatever else you need to do. And so, yeah. Hello, Kelly. She's about to leave. She's also my teacher friend. Congratulations to teacher Kelly Tag. She got her master's degree this weekend. That is awesome. So she's been teaching, making YouTube videos, and getting her master's all at the same time. So she's a fellow multitasker. So congratulations, Kelly. Plus, she's got two kids that are also doing stuff and she has to keep up with them. I think you had a senior this year, right? I have a senior graduating this Friday. I actually, oh man, I hope I brought my, I have invitations to send in the mail and I'm kind of late on that, but better late than never. I put up the invitation on Facebook as well. So we'll just get the information out. It's just a matter of formality, sending people a message, keeping in touch, you know. So this is my 12th child. So yeah, it's a bittersweet time, isn't it? Graduation, like, you know, you can't wait for them to graduate, but then again, you're like, wait a second, where's my kid? And I have my 12th, my 13th child with me right now. He's sitting next to me, and we're going to school today. They have a play today, and then tomorrow we have awards for some of the supersonic students, and we have, you know, last classes of the year, and like this is our last full week of regular classes. Then next week we have exams, and this Thursday, so I'll be going up to the State House. I have a substitute coming on Thursday, and so we've got that going on too. And yeah, so if you follow my channel, I also like to do the Lillian Fox nail wraps. I got somebody coming up. Go ahead, take it. Take it, you got it. Somebody's in a hurry, I just let them go because, you know, it is what it is. I'm like, you know what? If you're that desperate to pass me like a crazy person, go have at it. So this is a strange part of the highway where it kind of forks and one side goes south, one side goes east. And sometimes people will start on this side and they'll go all the way across 4 lanes to go to the right. Or west, I'm sorry, it's going west. And yeah, so I'm going south and I'm staying in the middle because it kind of breaks out in the middle. So it's a very weird, it's good when you know ahead of time which lane to be in. And there's a lot of these in New Hampshire because the roads are not very organized. And it's probably worse where you are, Kelly, I bet. Okay, so yeah, and so I also like to do Lillian Fox videos, which I haven't done in a while, but I did my nails last night, and these are really cute. They are like I don't know, kind of look like fireworks. So I'll probably put a video up about that later. So I can't really read the comments right now because I'm driving. I see you have a comment there, and so thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate it. It is such a gorgeous day. It's a little cool. It's on the cooler side, so it's like upper 50s, I would say right now. But the sky is gorgeous. Everything is green. My son that's graduating, he is starting his own landscaping business. And so he's like, he loves it when he goes to mow and then it rains and then he has to go mow again. So he's doing pretty well with that. And we're just kind of making it through. It is May. So May has been a very busy month for us. And I'm going to go see my grandbaby at the end of the month in Indiana. So I'm going to be taking a plane ride to Indiana for a few days. And then we're probably going to go camping the second week in June. And I'm hoping to, have some days where I do nothing. We'll see if that happens. But the State House is every Thursday in June. So we'll be going to the State House and doing our final voting. And the last Thursday in June, we're going to be voting on the state budget. The state budget has been a little bit of a challenge because we just got a notice that, our governor promised not to increase taxes. So I don't know how you can promise that and then not do it and then act like you're doing it. So I think the taxes always go up, even if you just count people's salaries. So I just kind of watching and learning right now, trying not to take full responsibility for any bad decisions. Not my fault. I'm new. I just started. Yeah, but I do enjoy the process, and I've been really fortunate for this experience, and also happy that my health has held up and that we're doing okay, and we're just taking it one day at a time. So thank you so much for watching, and I do hope that you have a great day. Please post in the comments, like, where are you coming from? Like, where are you watching from? Please post your location, at least generally. And are you a teacher? What do you do for work? Are you a, YouTuber full time? I started making TikTok videos, and that's for kind of like the New Hampshire politics in mind on TikTok. And I'm just starting that and getting to know the platform. It's quite interesting. I've seen a lot of people that are actually Christian folks, a lot of Christian people on TikTok. It's very, very busy. So people say, oh, TikTok is the place to be. You can make a lot of money and all that. If you pretty much if you're ADHD and you want to keep changing your thoughts, like you go to this video and then, oh, we're talking about this. Oh, we're talking about that. Oh, we're talking about this. It seems to be very fast paced, where if you go to YouTube, you go to like a video and you learn something, you learn a topic, you get to know a person, and it's a little slower pace and a little more manageable. But I guess each one has its own advantage. And the idea of the TikTok for the politics is just to kind of share information, to get more familiarity with the State House and what people are doing there. And so I'm working on getting to know that platform and growing followers there. And my name is Cindy B for New Hampshire. I believe that's what it is. So I don't just do State House stuff. I just talk a little bit about New Hampshire and myself, and the state representatives from New Hampshire are just for a good many of them are regular people. Some of them are real estate people. And is that because they're joining because they want to, change the laws of real estate? I hope not. I mean, I don't really think that's why. I think it's because their job is flexible. I mean, you can't work a 9 to 5 job and be a state representative. You have to have a job that is flexible if you need a job. Maybe you could be, your parents gave you millions of dollars. Or maybe you could be a writer, you wrote a book, or there are lots of different things that people can do that are more flexible than 9 to 5, and then they can become a state rep. For me, I do have a full-time job, and fortunately, my school has supported me by taking Thursdays off, and I get a substitute while I'm out. And so that's how I work it out. But I did hear of one guy that was a state rep, and he was a teacher, and he was missing so much school that he was going to lose his job. So that's kind of sad. But you do have to know ahead of time. How are you going to work it out? A lot of people are retired. So then you think, oh, there's a lot of old people in the state house. Well, they're retired. They have their savings or they have their pension. So they have the time. And I think that's pretty commendable for a retired person to give their life to service at the State House. So that's pretty commendable. It's not an easy task. And, we have Thursdays where we meet, but there's also committees. So there's a lot of people who serve, and they go sometimes every day to their committees and listen to hearings. And then they get criticized, they get, bullied because maybe other people don't agree with their belief system or why they're there to begin with. So that's not okay because, we work to get voted in. We worked hard to get voted in. We had to raise money. We had to buy signs. We had to go door to door, knocking on doors, meeting people, asking for their votes, and calling people on the phone and meeting up and doing all kinds of things to be a state rep for $100 a year. And with a purpose, and there's some things in life that are worth more than money. So that's why we're doing it. So that's the story. If you have any questions, please post below, and I would be glad to answer them. Any comments? I hope it's a beautiful day where you are, and happy Monday, and I hope you have a great day.